Ever find yourself grasping for relief only to sink deeper into fatigue? Well, here's the twist. Trying to feel better can actually block real healing. My turning point came when I stopped chasing relief and started listening to what my solitude was asking of me. When everything is falling apart, it's natural to crave ease. You meditate, journal, or call a friend, anything to lift this weight. Friends might say, just do your self-care. Spiritual teachers might urge you to raise your vibration. Yet you're still awake at 3 a.m., wondering why nothing works. I remember doing all the right things, breath work, affirmations, and fasting, and still feeling like I was sinking. Each practice became another task on my to-do list. What no one told me is that sometimes the dark night isn't meant to feel better. It's meant to strip away our agenda for comfort. Psychologists point out that solitude is essential for processing, for sharpening awareness, and for building resilience. Solitude recharges energy, nurtures emotional awareness, defines character, and nourishes creativity. Silence even supports the brain, lowering stress hormones and boosting serotonin and dopamine. But this regeneration doesn't happen when we use solitude to distract ourselves. It happens when we actually sit with what arises. Eckhart Tolle writes that if we can't be alone with ourselves, we become addicted to mental noise. Solitude pulls us out of the noise. Alan Watts put it simply, muddy water is best cleared by leaving it alone. When we stop stirring the water with expectations, the sediments settle. Clarity returns. In the dark night, solitude isn't isolation, it's initiation. It reveals how often we've been performing healing instead of living it. Sometimes our obsession with feeling better is just another trauma response, another way of trying to control what feels uncomfortable. For many of us, that's the fawn freeze reflex, overfunctioning to avoid sitting in the pain. In spiritual circles, it can look like obsessive journaling or forced positivity. During one rupture, I drove to a cabin and sat alone with no phone and no tasks, and waves of anger and sorrow arose. At first, I tried to shift them, and I realized my only job was to let them move through. Hours passed. No big breakthrough, but a softening. The trees outside didn't need me to have an epiphany. They just stood, and in their stillness, I felt my own. Here's how to integrate this. Set aside 15 minutes to be in solitude without an agenda. Turn off devices and sit or walk slowly. When discomfort arises, like restlessness, sadness, or anger, just greet it with curiosity and ask, what do you want me to hear? Resist the urge to fix or judge. Imagine the discomfort as a child tugging your sleeve. Offer it your presence. And afterwards, write down one word for how you actually feel, not how you think you should feel. And if the word is numb, let that be enough. Over time, these simple check-ins build awareness and self-trust. Solitude becomes less of a punishment and more of a sanctuary. If you're sitting in silence and need a companion for these in-between moments, I've created a free guided meditation. It's not designed to make you feel better, but to help you stay with what's real. The link is below. And if you'd like a free, trauma-informed map through the dark night of the soul, you can check out this free masterclass. And as always, may the shadow wane and the stardust remain.